Now, your latest news update from Western Mass News.
Good Thursday afternoon. I'm Chris Pisano with a look at your headlines. The Chicopee mayor and police chief say they're making traffic enforcement a top priority in the city. Both officials discussed the recent rash of fatal accidents Friday morning. Police Chief Patrick Major says he's authorized overtime for his officers to enforce traffic laws for both drivers and pedestrians. It all comes after 3 deadly pedestrian accidents since October and 1 deadly accident involving a bicyclist happening just yesterday. The House gave final approval to legislation protecting same-sex marriages after a decades-long battle for nationwide recognition. Under this new bill titled the Respect for Marriage Act, all states must recognize same-sex marriages, which has been legal in Massachusetts since 2004. The bipartisan legislation, which passed 258 votes to 169 in the House, would also protect interracial unions by requiring states to recognize legal marriages regardless of sex, race, ethnicity, or national origin. A combination flu and COVID vaccine shot could soon be coming our way. Officials with Pfizer and BioNTech announcing the FDA has given the fast-track designation to the combo shot. It speeds up the development and reviewing of a drug needed to fight serious health threats. Last month, Pfizer said the first phase of the vaccine's trial began. Pfizer and BioNTech say this 2-in-1 vaccine will help protect Americans from both viruses.
I'm First Alert meteorologist Don Maher. As we head through the evening hours, we'll see mostly clear skies out there, and we're going to hang on to clear skies tonight as well. It is going to be a cold night. Temperatures dipping down into the upper teens and even some lower 20s. So as we get going Saturday morning, it is going to be a cold start. It will be a bright start as well, but we are going to see clouds beginning to approach from the east. So while we may start out with some sunshine early, skies are going to become mostly cloudy as we head through the afternoon. Saturday, though, is going to be a dry day. Going to be a chilly day, though, as well, with temperatures in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. And then we're dry Saturday night. We're dry starting on Sunday, but watching a storm system that could bring a little bit of light snow to the region Sunday night into Monday morning with a couple of inches of accumulation possible. After that, we're dry for much of next week before our next system approaches later Thursday and into Friday.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.